Watch this video to see the proven strategies to raise a happy and self-confident kid.
Mommy, I got fell down in the ground.
You fell on the ground?
Yes.
Bad ground, let me do pity.
This tells the kid that he got hurt not because of his fault, but because of the ground. If you're doing this, you are raising an unhappy kid with low self-esteem. Hello and welcome to my channel, A Classic Mom, and this is Nora. If you're finding me for the first time, make sure you subscribe to my channel, A Classic Mom, and press the bell icon for live updates. You keep telling your kids that they can get anything that they want because they are special, and you make sure that they get everything that their little heart desires. Chances are you are raising kids who cannot take decisions for themselves and will be unhappy and underconfident. I am sharing proven strategies to raise confident kids, but before that, let's examine some parenting fails. Parenting fail number 1, the yes parents.
I want Iron Man. I want Hulk. I want Captain America.
No, enough now, Laksh. Okay. My husband spoils our son silly by giving him everything he asks for. Maybe he did not get enough toys when he was a child, or he is still a child. We have realized by giving him everything he asks for will give him momentary happiness, but will deprive him of the joy of achieving his goals and the joy of accomplishment. The problems are: no challenges means never experienced failure, no struggle means never heard no for an answer, and feel entitled means everything is mine. Parenting fail number 2, taking decisions for your kids. I completely trust your judgment. But are you going to wear that to the party? When we go to an amusement park, we know exactly what Laksh wants and which rides he will enjoy the most. To save time, we take him directly to those rides. This deprives him to make that choice of what he exactly wants. So we have started laying down options for him so that he can choose amongst a merry-go-round, bungee jumping, or a car ride. Such are difficult decisions. But the rule is he has to choose 2 amongst all the rides. Thereby, the joy and the consequence of the decision are both his. Future problems are: underconfident kids relies on their parents for every decision. Parenting fail number 3, scare tactics. Associating fear with everything that they do or don't do. आने दे पापा को. अरे वहाँ मत जाना, छिपकली है. खा लो नहीं तो बुढ़ा बाबा आ जाएगा. खा लो नहीं तो पुलिस आ जाएगी. डॉक्टर के पास जाना है, इंजेक्शन लगेगा. Scare tactics can instill fear rather than confidence in your kids. So all their future decisions will be based on the fear of the unknown rather than the joy of discovery. Which brings us to our next parenting fail, number 4, fear of failure. Forget it, you're just like your father. Negative criticism for every time they fail or do something wrong can instill a permanent fear of trying out new things. This will automatically set them up for failure whenever they try out new things. Future problems, commitment issues, fear of experimenting. Parenting fail number 5, we fight their battles. Your kid is God's biggest gift to mankind and he cannot do anything wrong. अच्छा, टीचर ने आपको डांटा? मेरे लाडले की गलती हो ही नहीं सकती. मैं अभी उस टीचर को डांटती हूँ. Do you leap into battle every time your little darling, जिगर का टुकड़ा, falls into trouble and solves all his problems like a Viking mom? This will result in them having no fear of consequences and incapable of taking responsibility. Now that we know what we should not do, let's look at the strategies to raise a confident kid. Point number 1, have a positive outlook. Don't say no. Which part of no you don't understand? No means no. Oh wait, doesn't it contradict our first parenting fail? Well, I am not asking you guys to become a yes parent, but what I'm asking you guys to do is disguise your no in a positive connotation. For example, don't take Papa's notebook. Instead, say, go and grab that notebook which has dolphins and monkeys and rabbits. I'm sure you'll like to write on it. Another example, don't play in sand. Instead, you should say, why don't you go and play on the slide? If you use no a little too much, the child's first response will always be no. We also made that mistake. We saw that Lakshu's first response to everything we asked was no as well. Number 2, positive reinforcement. How a child thinks about himself depends on how two of the most important people in his life, his parents, treat him. That is why parents should always build their child's self-esteem and self-confidence. Whenever you talk to them, make sure you maintain an eye contact. Tell them how much you love them. Before sleeping, tell them that you're so proud of them. Restate some of the good things they do throughout the day. It may be small gestures, small acts like laying the table, helping somebody, or getting you a glass of water. Hey, mera lal, mera kala, mera neela, mera peela. Build them up in front of other people. Make sure you do not complain about them to others. Also, if you want to criticize, make sure it is a constructive criticism. Don't fight in front of children. This is so obvious, yet everyone fails. First of all, the kid starts blaming himself for your fights. For example, why don't you take him to the playground? My favorite. Why don't you give him a bath? You never give him a bath. The kid always blames himself for your fights and eventually mimics the parents. Number 4, set ground rules and communicate it clearly. Don't try to be your kid's friend because you're not. Make sure you give him that structure and stability. You can do this by making him a calendar and following it to the T. You should set rewards for completion of tasks and punishments for bad behavior. Ensure that you enforce the rules. The worst thing you can do is give the impression to your child that there are no consequences for his actions. The rules that you will set will help you avoid becoming a yes parent. But that does not mean you will not pamper them from time to time.
Give structured choices to your child.
Carrots are good for your eyes. Palak is good in iron. And Karela is so good for your skin.
As I mentioned in parenting fail number 2, we tend to take decisions for our children. But on the other side of the beautiful parenting rainbow is giving your kids an open-ended question. For example, what would you like to have for breakfast today? Mama, I want boiled vegetables, carrots and broccoli. That is the answer you hope for. Instead, they will say, I want burger, pizza and french fries. You will obviously want to say no. Instead, give them options. What would you like to have for breakfast today? Boiled eggs, egg on toast or a sandwich? There you go, you will get an answer and they will be happy about taking the decision. Number 6, give responsibilities.
Now go get Mama a glass of water.
This one flows directly from rule number 4. Give smaller responsibilities to your kids. These small accomplishments will give them the confidence to achieve bigger things in life. And of course, each accomplishment is tied up with a reward. So these rewards will help them take bigger responsibilities in life. Number 7, help them cope with failures.